Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Today's video is going to be an update of my planner lineup for 2022 and a little chit chat about too many options. I have too many. Too many. Okay, so let's talk about what I'm actually using right now. Let's talk about all of the planners that I have. So last I talked to you, I was talking about illness and, loss of people due to death, and now Jade is sick. She has COVID and she's actually at the end of it. Today is our last day of quarantining, and on Monday she can go back to school. So I'm grateful for that. Today is January 22nd, I believe, Saturday. And I am so happy that even though she did get sick, it wasn't too bad. She had like all the symptoms of the sore throat and the fever, and a couple of days she woke up crying because she was in pain. But other than that, I think that lasted for about 4 days. By day 6, she was golden. So I'm grateful for that. She still has a slight cough, that dry cough that happens. Jay and I both tested negative for COVID, but it's okay because even though this year started out a shit show, I firmly believe that that just means there's great things coming my way and that the year is going to get so much better. Okay, so let's talk about my planners. First of all, when you're tired and you're dealing with an 11-year-old that has COVID and taking a sister to doctor's appointments, there's not a lot of time to plan and write things down. You're just kind of going from thing to thing. And I have done like 3 full days of writing in this year. It has been ass. So I'm not sure if this was the best idea, getting a planner specifically for my writing. So this is the Moleskine planner in A5 size, and it looks like the Hobonichi Weeks, where you have a planner on one side and then memo on the other. It's really great. It has lines. I was excited about this. I've only used it 3 times, and 2 of those times was in the same week. So we have some blank weeks, which is okay. It's okay, but I'm seriously contemplating making this like a memory, a place where I put my memories instead of a writing planner, because it's nice and big and that would work out. And I haven't used that much of it. I mean, I don't know. So this is still like, I don't know how I feel about this because I haven't had enough writing to fill it up to figure that out. The next thing is my, what is this called? I'm going to put these off to the side since I'm sure they're glaring from the ring light. Anyway, this is my A5 Slim Jibun Techo Days. Okay, and it looks like this. This is how the days look. And it has this kind of cool time ladder. It's kind of cold in here. I should have probably warmed it up first. Anyway, I have been trying my best, you guys, to fill these days out, and at home planner to get the daily to-dos done. I've not gotten a lot of stuff done in here. I have some blank pages. We talked about this before. I was thinking about collaging them, but when Jade got sick and I was just feeling like really, really tired, and I was like getting up to check on her in the middle of the night, making sure she didn't have any of that sleep nap yet, which she didn't. I just really was like exhausted and not caring about filling out these things. It is what it is. But I still do like it when I use it. And right now I'm just currently keeping a lot of, like this was when Jade was having to go online and get caught up on school, and it was like a very inconvenient time because, of course it was, because it was the end of the quarter. So we had to get things done by, what was it? I think this day. By midnight was the last time you could fill out any of that stuff online. And I'm sure they probably would have given her more time because she did have COVID, but I don't know how they do that because the quarter reset, and so she had a few different classes, if that makes sense, and so she wouldn't have been able to log into them. So I was like, Jade, we can do it. We're gonna push. And we did math, and it was gross because I'm an English major, but we figured it out, and it's okay. We're better for it. So here we are on the 22nd. So I'm doing okay for people having COVID, and I mean, I didn't test positive, but I still felt really, really tired. I don't know what that means. Maybe it was all in my head. So I'm still loving this. I think that if I had the option, or if you haven't gotten this yet, I would highly recommend getting the B6 Slim size, because for me, I feel like the A5 Slim, even though it's a cool size, is just a little bit too big, and I just don't need all of that space. I'm trying not to be offended by white space anymore, and I'm letting it go. I might go back and put in some stickers or washi later, but for right now, I just feel like there's a lot of white space, which means that I could downsize this for next year. Then we have these guys. So this is the Hobonichi Weeks, and this is the Kinbor. I always want to say Kanban board, which is not. But anyway, they have the similar in size, and I was supposed to do a comparison of this, but again, we've all just been filling the COVID issues, so I haven't had a chance, but I will get to that, promise. Okay, so this has actually been working out for me. Here's the first week I used it, and you can see that every week I am doing something in here, you guys, and I am very proud of that. So here is the week that we are on right here, and I'm even doing some pre-planning, which is great. So I feel like I'm really in a groove in here, and even though there's been some illness and some deaths, I've still been able to keep up with this, which is great. But you can see here off to the side, I don't have any space for my weekly chart. So you see how this is like broken down, because there's this line here. I usually break this down either into thirds or into quarters, and I would put like all of my audiobooks here that I've been reading or listening to for the week. And then there would be another category for something else. There's no space for that in here. So I thought maybe I would use this Kinbor that has a similar, almost identical, but even cooler layout for like just for my weekly chart of habits that I want to work on. And so I'm thinking maybe that's what I'll do in here. I've done no Duolingo at all because, you know, I've just been tired and I've just been washing my hands and wiping and cleaning things, and I'm telling you, my fingers are just like cracking in places because it's winter and all of the washing, it's out of control. But I don't know. I also thought maybe a reading journal would be cool in here. I have seen, I think it was Documented Journey, she had a reading journal that was small like this. Maybe it was A6 or pocket size. I'm a writer, so I felt like when I was looking at that it looked cool, but not realistic for me because I write a lot. But maybe this could just be for reading, and I could just track what I'm reading and listening to every single day, and then put some notes here and a little picture of the book that I read for the week, because I am trying to read 52 books in 52 weeks. And I just realized, because I was like, I should probably look that up. So in here, it does say that there's actually 53 weeks in this year. So this is week, 53 here. So maybe I should move that up to 53 books in 53 weeks. I also like how on the side here it says Kinbor 2030, and the gilded, they're like a dark gray pages. So cool. So I'm thinking about that. I also thought microfiction or flash fiction could be cool, where I write a couple lines here and then I write out the whole piece right here and work on it throughout the week. I think that would be kind of cool. I wouldn't share it with you guys. I know some of you guys would want to see how I use this planner, just because it's still kind of new and people are interested in how it looks versus the Hobonichi Weeks, but my personal writing I wouldn't share. So I don't know. It's between the reading journal, keeping this as my writing flash fiction or short fiction pieces, and then of course my weekly chart, because I need to start working on habits. We're on day 22 of the year, right? Yes. And I haven't worked on my health at all. We've just been eating everything because we've been at home quarantining, not allowed to leave, and just stressing out about life. So it's not a good combination for anyone when they're trying to, you know, work on health. So anyway, maybe that's what I could do. Just a personal health journal of stuff I don't want to keep and I don't want to share in here. But then again, I don't get to share it with you. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, I need to figure it out. Maybe I'll just wait till the end of January and start in a new month. We'll see. I'm feeling less tired now, which is great. So I might be able to keep up with that. So I have these two here, and I put 2022. Whew, that does not roll off the tongue, stickers on them. This is the Bullet Journal Edition 2. I didn't get this last year and I was sad panda about it, so I bought it. So this is kind of like a FOMO buy, but I know that I will use it eventually. And because I put a sticker on here because I'm stupid, I have to use it in this year. So there's that. I haven't used it because I wanted to use it as a regular bullet journal. So a reading journal in here would not be a regular bullet journal, you know what I mean, like the Writer Carol style. I just wanted to try it out to see how I felt about it first, especially because there's stickers in here. But maybe I could use this as a reading journal. We'll see, that is an option. And then this one, again, even though I thought it looked really cool when I think it was Documented Journey, sorry, since I have been kind of tired and waking up to check on Jade in the middle of the night, I haven't been sleeping that well. And so I've been watching YouTube. I haven't bought anything, but I've been watching YouTube and kind of half dead. So I think it was her, and it looked really cute keeping it in a small journal like this, but I feel like I write a lot. I might have to have a couple different volumes. Yeah, maybe I could have volumes and that would be okay. So there is 187 pages in here. I like the idea of this a little bit more than this for a reading journal, just because I can use as many pages as I want. Technically, I can do that in here as well. Like if I run out of space here, I can just use the pages in the back and kind of use threading. So if I used page 23 down here, I could just write 23 on this week, so I know that that's where my notes for this book continue. So that's, yeah, shoot, I just talked myself out of that. Okay, anyway, or into that rather. So these are about the same in width, but this is taller, so you get more space here. This has 78 pages in the back, but then you get all the wiggly pages as well. So it might be pretty even in the amount of pages there. That doesn't help me. Okay. I also have this, which I bought last year and I did a video on. This was from AliExpress. This is a personal size, which I think is just a cool little size. It's so nice. It's a little bit bigger than and wider than the pocket size, but it's shorter than the Hobonichi-ish style planners, than the Kinbor. And this already came with a dot grid, as well as this, which would be great. This is like a daily for my food log. Now, I mean, I have a lot of white space in here, which normally I could just say, okay, I'm gonna keep my food log in here. I don't carry this with me. It doesn't go with me on the go. And if I don't have my food log with me, I'm not going to use that. So this doesn't work out. Plus, I don't want to share that with other people. I'm not a doctor and I don't want to hear people say, you're not getting enough vitamins. I don't really care. So I think the best thing to do is not share that with people. And then over here, I have a square grid that it came with. So this could just be for notes, or I could even do flash fiction in here with my health journal and then whatever else over here. So this is also another option, and it's really great because these can fit into my medium-sized bag, which I'm currently in right now, or purse rather, without taking too much space or bulking up anything too badly. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be using these anytime soon. I will probably check back on these at the end of this quarter to see if that works out. I don't know about this one, but I haven't used it, so no harm, no foul. This guy I'm going to have to use, obviously, because it's already it's already time to use it, and I'm just not sure what I want to use it for, but I think it would be pretty easy to incorporate, because now that I have dealt with illness and what have you, and still been pretty much keeping up with all my planners, except for the writing, because I haven't really found time to do that. But these two I've been keeping up with pretty well. I don't know. I think it'll be fine to add this in. Currently, I brought this out because I thought, oh, maybe this is the size that would be better. So here is a regular traveler's notebook insert next to the Kinbor, which is just Hobonichi Weeks size. So this is a little bit wider. I miss my traveler's notebook, so I thought maybe I could keep a reading journal in here. Also, I bought, I don't know what you would call it. It's not an app. I bought a reading journal off of Etsy for my iPad Air. I just got a new iPad Air around Christmas, New Year's time, and I bought a reading journal for that, and it's super cool. But then I thought, man, I kind of like writing things down and collaging things, so I might do both. I don't really know. I didn't finish this last year. I abandoned this bullet journal, so I've been keeping my writing in here. It's been very therapeutic. I've had a lot of things to say lately, and we've just been home, so I've been writing like crazy by hand in here, which normally I don't do as much anymore. I just type everything out. So this has been great. So this is kind of my writing journal, and that's sort of why I haven't used either one of these, because I'm not done with this one, and I don't like leaving a notebook unfinished. It drives me crazy because there were still a lot of pages in here. Surprisingly enough, this guy I have been using every single day. I think I had 3 days where I didn't write, and I went back and I filled them in because I could remember what we were doing due to the fact that most of my notes were already in here. So this has been working out great. I've been able to keep up, and I've already made it a habit in 22 days. So I'm so excited about that. I usually write in here the day after, though, just because I have a little bit more perspective, and I'm hoping that at the end of the month when I go back and I read this, I will find that I wrote about things that I wanted to know. Hopefully. We'll see how that goes. Just because sometimes I write things down, I'm like, Sylvia, nobody cares about that. You should have wrote more about this. So hopefully after the month, if I read back, I might have a little bit more perspective on what needs to go in here and what doesn't. So that is everything that I'm using currently. I've got to figure this out. I've got to figure out the reading journal. I think it's a mistake for someone like me to watch videos on reading journals, because I did that and it was a really stupid idea because they were all crazy and beautiful, and it was just like the first time I did. I'm trying to cover the plastic because it's probably shining in the light, sorry. But the first time I did that with a bullet journal, I thought, oh my gosh, I can never keep a bullet journal. I'm just not talented enough. I can't draw. I'm not creative enough. That's sort of what happened when I looked up reading journals. They were just crazy cool. And at the time, I couldn't even go to the library because we were in quarantine to print anything out in order to put in my reading journal. So that's something I'm going to set up this week. I have actually read a book every single week this year. I've kept up with that goal. I just haven't actually printed out anything. My notes for when I'm reading something are in a different place than what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to keep a book or a planner that has a spread with the major notes to help trigger, oh yeah, that's what that book was about. So that's a little different than me writing pages upon pages of notes on a book. Especially when I go to a book club, I like to have like a bunch of bullet points. So that's not the same thing as what I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna go to the library today, and I'm gonna print out a bunch of stuff and make an executive decision about where I'm going to keep it, in here, who knows. I change my mind so many times, but once I, put down those pictures and I use my tape runner, they're going to be in whatever they're going to be in. So there's that. So this is my update for 2022. Let me know how your planning is going. Have you been dealing with COVID? What has been kind of messing up your planning? Is it just sheer laziness? Because I can also understand that too. All right. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.